So a very common question that I always get is, Sergeant Hardy, what is it like being a single mom in the military? For me personally, after I got my divorce, being a single mom was, I'm not even going to lie to you, it was very, very challenging for me in a way. There was just the stress of having to do everything by myself, schedule appointments for my daughter, and just, make time for myself as well. So it's very challenging at first, but it can be done. It's one of those things, it can be done, but it's going to be challenging. It's going to teach you a lot about yourself. And I just feel like my daughter, she never asked to be here. That's all on me and her dad. So I just always felt a sense of just wanting to be there for my daughter. She's my number one priority. She didn't ask to be here. So there was always just this sense of, I have to make sure my daughter is taken care of no matter what happens to me, no matter what I go through. Aaliyah did not ask to be here, so I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure that my daughter has everything that she needs. And I kid you not, it has, if you follow me on my socials, it has always been that way. That's always been my mindset. My daughter, she's my priority. She never asked to be here. So I have to do everything I can to make sure she has everything that she needs. Even when I'm no longer here, she's set for life. And that's just how I see it. I feel like you also have to have support. Just additional support helps, whether it be from your close friends. For me, in my situation, it was my close friends who are also single moms, and they can also relate to me and what I'm going through. Also my mentors in the military who are very successful. I would always take advice from them and just get those different perspectives on how to go about my situation. Just being in the military, you meet people from all walks of life and they handle things differently. So it's like, okay, for instance, for me, I'm not talking to my child's father, and then I have someone else that I cross paths with, and they're facing the same complications, might be at odds with their significant other, or if they're divorced or whatever, but they still manage to co-parent in a good way. So it was just really nice being able to get different perspectives on how to go about it. So I will say, just having that additional support, somebody from a mentor, a close friend that you trust. So all in all, being a single mom in the military, again, it's challenging. I want to say just getting that routine, the appointments, and balancing out your time management, and just making sure that your kid has everything that they need. It can be challenging at first, but again, it can be done. I'm pretty sure it's thousands of moms all over the world in the military who are doing really, really good, including myself. So it's just one of those things where I guess some people who are used to, who grew up in a 2-parent home, maybe they're not used to seeing stuff like that. It's like, I have my mom and my dad in my life, and I'm married, or I plan on being married, and I want my child to experience the same thing that I experienced having my mom and dad around. So maybe just like seeing somebody else who's single, it's different. And a lot of people always ask, they're like, hey, Sergeant Hardy, what is it like being a single mom in the military? Like, how do you do it? How do you balance it all out? And again, everything I just said, it's just one, having that drive, that passion to want to succeed, to protect your loved one, because again, she did not ask to be here. So why should my child suffer? I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure that she has everything that she needs, and she does. And also having that support, just the additional support from mentors, close friends who are also very successful and who have that routine down of taking care of their children, even though they're single. So yes, it can be done. And I wish anybody who's out there struggling with being a single parent, it can be done. It's not something you should beat yourself up about. If I can do it, I know that you can do it. And yes, it's really all mental. You can't let none of this stuff affect you, because your brain, your mental state is very important. It's important to have everything intact, or to just make sure you don't lose focus, because if something goes on in here mentally, if you're off, then that kind of just throws everything away. So you have to take care of yourself, make sure you're good, you focus, and just always, like I said again, just your child is number one, and having that additional support always. You brush your teeth? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell everybody on YouTube you didn't brush your teeth.
I did.
No.
I did.
Did you? I'm not gonna tell. Okay, kiss on the cheek.